Palestinians are uprising against Hamas. Extraordinary footage has emerged from Gaza today showing thousands of Palestinians marching through the streets and chanting, calling for an end to the terrorist group's rule of the region. Palestinian civilians have finally realized the evil of Hamas, shouting "Hamas are terrorists" down the streets. But we haven't seen any of this footage on mainstream media outlets, with this commentator saying, "Before posting this video, I waited 14 hours for BBC and Al Jazeera to air it. They refused. Why? Because it shows Gazans furious at Hamas terrorists using their hospitals as shields, chanting loud and clear, 'Hamas are terrorists.' Yes, that supports Trump's plan to crush the Muslim Brotherhood forces in Gaza." And to the clueless protesters in New York and London, do you still think you understand the Middle East? Think again. Israel and the Arab people now stand side by side against the rapists, the radicals, and the lies. And this commentator agreed, saying, "Massive crowds of Palestinians have taken over the streets of northern Gaza, chanting, 'Down with Hamas. We've had enough, Hamas.'" I dare the New York Times or Mehdi Hassan to report on this. The leftists who have dedicated their lives since the harrowing events of October 7th, 2023 to supporting Palestine are turning a blind eye to the uprising because it does not suit their agenda anymore. Commentator Avi Yemeni said mass protests against Hamas sweep Gaza and the West Bank as Palestinian support for the terrorist collapse. Spare a thought for Western jihadists, leftists and woke right fringes reeling from this betrayal. Free Palestine from Hamas. The display of abandon against Hamas is refreshing, but many are not buying it. This commentator said, "Hundreds of Gazans are protesting against Hamas, waving white flags, calling for the end of the war. Does anyone believe them, or is this far too late?" And this commentator agreed, saying, "I'm here to remind everyone that Gazans didn't protest against Hamas on October 7th because they were busy spitting on our dead bodies, hitting them with sticks and parading them on the streets while chanting Allah Akbar. Oh, never forget, oh, never forgive." Meanwhile, in the US, progressives continue to support Hamas by flying their flag outside the White House and denouncing Israel.
Our position in the Imperial Court grants us immense privilege to escalate against the Zionist entity and its lapdogs. Any repercussions we may face pale in comparison to resisting a genocide. As people of conscience, we must not forget the sacrifices our people have made. We must honor the valiant people of Gaza through our actions, and we vow to do more than just reject the imperialism our universities are so entrenched.
But the Trump administration isn't budging. The Deputy Special Envoy for the Mideast, Morgan Ortagus, blasted Hamas and the hell it is putting Palestinians through.
President Trump has been very clear about this. He's threatened them more than once. He told them there would be hell to pay. And at some point, they have to want to save their own people more than they want to kill Israelis. And right now, not just right now, but in general, Hamas, since their founding, they only care about death and destruction. You know, these are people that don't care if they lose their own women and children. They don't mind using innocent people as human shields. It's really disgusting and sad to see for the innocent people that are victims to this awful terrorist regime, and it can't be allowed to continue.